Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today is an exciting video because we are doing another apartment renovation. Also, a big shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. More on Squarespace later in the video. So here we are in 1312 21 Chic Street, and in my last apartment build, we actually renovated the apartment just across the hallway from this. So these videos are kind of related, and these apartments kind of go together. They follow a similar concept. So I will link that video down below if you didn't see the apartment renovation from across the hallway. But basically, I am taking the lovely apartment that used to belong to Miss Penny Pizzazz, and I am splitting it down the middle and creating two micro apartments instead. So the apartment was already quite small, and I'm actually making it even smaller. So it's good because now two people can live here instead of just one. It can house more people now potentially. So it's actually, creating more housing opportunities, you guys. But basically, as you guys know, I've been kind of looking for a new apartment, and I recently actually just moved into a new apartment. Yay! This is my first video that I'm filming in the new apartment. So let me know how the audio sounds. It might be a little bit echoey because I don't have much furniture in here yet. We moved from a smaller place to a little bit of a larger apartment. So there's like some rooms, like our furniture doesn't fill up this space yet. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for some new furniture and I'll update you as it happens. But basically, as we were looking at new apartments, I started to realize that apartment floor plans are like so small, and the majority of apartments in my city are very small. And I think that's like the point of apartment living, right? Like, you're not gonna live in the city in an apartment and expect it to have the same square footage as like a house or a townhouse. But in The Sims, the apartments are massive in city living. So even like the small apartments are very generous. So I thought it would be more realistic if I split the apartment and made it into two like 1-bedroom apartments instead. So I feel like that's really lacking in the Sims City Living expansion pack, is like 1-bedroom, like small micro apartments. So that's exactly what I'm doing here, and it is like a feasible thing you can do. Basically, you just move your active sim into one of the rooms, and then you lock the doors, and then you put out an ad for a roommate, and then you can have a roommate come and live in the other room, and they will subsidize the rent, they will pay their rent, and you don't have to control that roommate sim. So that's a new feature that came with Discover University. So you guys should be able to just put out an ad and then fill that spot so you can live in whichever apartment you want and lock the doors. So I think it's a really cool concept, and I've been really loving experimenting with these smaller floor plans. I just feel like, again, it's more realistic. So here I am doing the kind of first little micro apartment, and this one was really tricky because this time I actually gave both apartments, I gave them each their own bathroom. So on the last one, I had to have them share a bathroom, which really wasn't ideal at all. And a lot of you guys mentioned that you would rather share a kitchen than a bathroom. And I totally agree. Like, I would not want to share a bathroom with like a stranger or a roommate or like another tenant. Like, I would definitely rather have my own bathroom. So this time I managed to give them each their own bathroom. But then because of that, I had to sacrifice a lot of the living space. So for this one, you can see that I put the kitchen kind of all against the wall. And then all I really have room for here is like a desk and a little bistro high top dining table. Now this kitchen, I will say, is still quite luxurious and like modern, and it's actually kind of similar to the kitchen that I used to have at my old apartment that I just moved from. So when that kitchen, I don't think I ever showed you guys what it looked like in person or on camera, but the layout was essentially exactly like this. Like, it was fridge and then a piece of counter and then the stove and then a piece of counter and then the sink. And like, it was also all white like that. So it's actually, I guess, like a fairly realistic floor plan for an apartment. And then I also had my desk like right off of the kitchen, exactly like that. So I guess you can say I was really inspired by my in real life apartment floor plan when it came to this build right here. And also it was a 1 bedroom. So my apartment wasn't as small as this one, but it was quite similar in like the general layout. Now, I think that this apartment would be perfect for someone who's like a blogger, maybe like a food blogger or even like a travel blogger, because if they live right in the city, then they wouldn't really need to be at home like too much. All they really need is like obviously a kitchen, because you like need a kitchen to live, but you need like a desk space. And then if you live in the city, especially in San Myshuno, because you know how in San Myshuno you can like go around to all the different neighborhoods and try all of the different international cuisines. So I think it'd be really cool if this specific sim that lived here was like a food blogger, for example, and they, you know, blogged about food and that's what they did for a living. I feel like nowadays, especially during the whole lockdown for the past 2 years, a lot of people have become really successful making like social media careers and like side businesses and just like blogging, vlogging, TikToking. Like it's actually wild when you think about all of the things that have happened over the past 2 years while everyone was locked down. Like so many different like job and employment opportunities that are so like out of the blue have come up. So maybe this person doesn't really need a lot of space because they spend a lot of their time, you know, out and about in the city. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that'd be kind of a fun concept. Or maybe they're like a student in university, so like this is all the space that they really need. But also I will say that when I was looking for apartments too, there were a lot of buildings that were like rentals only. Like you wouldn't rent it from a landlord, like not the owner or the property manager. Like the whole building was owned by like the developer of the building, I guess, and like you could only rent it, which I thought was really weird, because doesn't it like take away opportunities from people who want to like eventually be homeowners or apartment owners, but then it kind of forces them to like only rent? I don't know. I don't know if that's like a new concept or it's like becoming more popular in recent years, but let me know if your city has anything like that where nobody owns anything in the building and everyone's a renter. But anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. So, since this build is for someone who is a blogger, I think it's a great time to talk about Squarespace. Squarespace gives people a powerful online platform to create your own website. There are tons of beautiful templates to choose from, so you don't need to be a graphic designer. It's perfect if you want to start a blog, since they have the tools to categorize, share, and schedule your posts. Also, you can display posts directly from your social media accounts on your website. You can generate revenue through gated members-only content and send out email communications, and even leverage audience insights all in one easy-to-use platform. It's great for community building with a fully integrated commenting system that supports comments, replies, and likes. And if you want to sell products, you can use Squarespace extensions to help manage inventory, promote the product, and streamline bookkeeping. Squarespace really has something for everyone, whether you have a creative hobby you want to share or are running a side business. I thought you guys would be interested in taking the next step and starting a website. If you're interested, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Dr. Ashley to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. But here you can see I am doing the bedroom. Now, this bedroom is actually a decent size, and this bedroom gets a window. The tricky thing about doing these kind of split apartments is sometimes the window distribution doesn't end up super fair. So this particular apartment has a window in the bedroom and then 2 windows in that kitchen area. So it is rather bright and, you know, happy, and you get views from 2 different angles of the building. I think the other room, the other like unit might have got the short end of the stick when it comes to windows, but I feel like that happened last time too, and it just, you know, it is what it is, people. I can't split the windows evenly. I just can't. At least they get a bathroom this time, okay? At least they get their own bathrooms. Like you gotta make sacrifices somewhere. But yeah, anyways, here you can see I moved the bed right up to the wall, which I love how we can do that now, by the way. It just makes these tiny floor plans so much easier, and you don't have to put a single bed, thank goodness. And then I use that same kind of wall slat decoration trick on the wall. Sorry, I swear this will be like the last time I do that trick. I'm just like weirdly obsessed with it lately. I just think it makes the wall look very interesting and modern. But I just took the eco lifestyle panels and I sized them down and then just kind of alt placed them in between each other to make this cool kind of modern uniform wall decoration. I don't know, I think it just adds really nice texture to the wall, and it just spices it up a little bit because it's clearly like a kind of built-in feature, so it just makes it look like a little bit more modern, I guess. So that's kind of the first little apartment done. Let me know what you guys think of that first apartment. I mean, it has a bed. It even has a TV in the bedroom. It has a mirror. It has a desk, their own bathroom. It has a kitchen. Like, what more do you need? And there's a dining space too. So you can like have a friend over and eat and order takeout. I think it'd be perfect for like a food blogger or something like that. I don't know. It just feels right, doesn't it? Like, that's all they need. And they're going to be out at restaurants all the time anyways. But here we are onto the second apartment. Now, the concept I had here is I thought that I wanted to do like a darker color scheme versus lighter color scheme kind of vibe. So you know when there's like new developments, like new apartments, if you buy the home, there's always like two different color schemes you can choose from. There's like a light and a dark color scheme. So one will have like light wood and the other one will have darker wood, and then like some of them will have like white countertops versus like darker countertops and that kind of thing. So let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about, or if that's like something that's only in my city. But like I've noticed that in like some apartment buildings, there'll be like two units that will look exactly the same, but like one is like a darker theme, one's a lighter theme. But anyways, I thought that I would do like these two apartments, one be a darker theme and one be a lighter theme. So they were clearly built by the same, you know, developer, but then I used like the darker wall slats instead of the lighter slats, and then even on the floors I went for like a darker wood floor instead. So that's kind of what I wanted to do, have that contrast of the dark versus the light. Obviously I had to do a different floor plan here, and this one I couldn't really get the bedroom to be fully enclosed, so I kind of did this like wrap around open concept type bedroom. I think it still kind of works. This one, they have like a more wrap around kitchen, so the kitchen is not just straight across a wall. I could have done like a straight across kitchen on that back wall there, but I thought I'd be a little bit more creative and like change up the floor plan a little bit and experiment with different tiny kitchen floor plans. So the kitchen fits quite nicely there in the nook. Again, it's a little bit darker than the first one because I was going for that darker color scheme vibe. However, I do think that the lighter color scheme just makes it feel brighter and bigger. However, this one still feels quite spacious, I guess, because there's like less walls. So you can kind of like walk around the corner of your bed to the kitchen, so it kind of feels like it's its own room. Let me know what you guys think of that floor plan. But in this room, I gave them kind of a similar like amenities, I guess. They have the double bed, the full kitchen, and they also have the bistro table, so they can have like one friend over to eat. And they also have a little desk with a laptop. So the people that live here have to probably be like maybe in school or maybe self-employed. Maybe this person's also a blogger, maybe like a travel blogger perhaps, because maybe if they're like traveling all the time, they don't really need to have like a huge space because they're not going to spend that much time at home. I don't know, like I guess if you live in the city, maybe the idea is you don't really need to be at home all the time because you're like out and about and like exploring the town, going out with friends, going to restaurants. Like maybe you don't even need a kitchen because you are out eating all the time. I don't know. If you guys live in the city in an apartment in your city, like let me know down below if you guys go out a lot or do you spend a lot of your time in the apartment, or is the whole point of you moving to the city was because you wanted to like be closer to things like restaurants and you don't really spend that much time at home? But let me know, because I just moved to the city and I'm excited to like walk out places and like be really close to things. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think of city life, or if you live in like the suburb, let me know what you like about suburb life. Just let me know what you guys like about your neighborhood and your kind of living location, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But the video should be done and both of the apartments should be done. They both got their own bathroom. Obviously the other bathroom is like darker color scheme, but it looks very similar. But I personally love how they both turned out. Let me know which apartment you guys would rather live in. The first one, that's the lighter color scheme, or the second one, the darker color scheme, and why. Personally, I think I like the lighter one, the first one, a little bit better. It just feels more like brighter and happier, but I do really like the floor plan of the second one because for some reason it feels kinds of like there's more like rooms and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts and let me know how you guys have been doing. Let's catch up in the comments. But these screenshots should be rolling, which means it's time for me to go. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought about it. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody.